So don't hustle me. Don't hustle me.
Welcome back to CBS Mornings. We're going to share a story with you about helping others in need, no matter how they come into our lives. So think about that lead-in for just a second. Nearly 1 in 3 Americans say they have at some point fallen victim to a phone scam. We've all been there. In 2020, scam calls in this country caused a total loss of nearly $30 billion. Now, we should also mention it's really not a good idea to engage with phone scammers. I always say I have to go to the airport and get off the phone. But as our lead national correspondent, David Begnaud, shows us, one of those relentless phone scams actually led to an improbable friendship.
Now, look, we all get spam calls, but most people hang them up.
That's right.
So why did you hang it up?
Something in that young man's voice. I felt like I could hear him through the phone that he was a broken person.
It moved your heart.
It moved my heart.
Stephen Ira Adams owns an insurance agency in central Louisiana.
You coming by?
He answers that phone constantly. Anonymous calls, no problem. It's just a part of the business. In 2016, though, he got a call that unexpectedly moved him. What he heard on the other end of the line was a pain, and it was a pain he knew all too well. We'll get back to that in a moment. But the man on the other end of the line was at a call center in Ghana, Africa, and he was asking Adams to purchase a gift card.
I said to him, what you're doing right now is a scam. You are targeting elderly Americans, and it's not right. And I said, when you get off, call me.
So when he called you back, did he continue to ask you for money?
He did not ever ask me for any money ever again.
Huh.
Nope, he did not. He asked me for mosquito nets, malaria drugs, educational things.
The man asking for that was Prince Anderson. He's from a small village in Ghana. As the oldest son in the family, when his father died, he took on the duty of caring for his sick mother and for supporting his younger brother through school. It has now been 5 years since they first spoke, and Anderson and Adams are still in touch over FaceTime.
The kind of love he showed me, you know, the things he sent me, you know, the money and the care of love, you know, my mom and everything, the love he showed me, it's overwhelming.
Prince Anderson is now 25. Stephen Ira Adams is 41, and he's a dad to 2 boys. He told us he also sees himself as a father figure to Prince.
I told him to quit that call center, and he never went back because he found out what it was about. Some of the people working there, I found out, don't even know what's going on. His next job after he quit that call center, he was washing windows at the airport.
As of today, Prince Anderson is now working for a private security company in the capital of Ghana. And in a twist of fate, his brother Isaac Anderson got a scholarship to Howard University in Washington, D.C., where he recently started his freshman year. And when the dorms closed for winter break, Adams invited Isaac to spend Christmas with him and the family in Alexandria, Louisiana.
How do you refer to Isaac?
Isaac, sometimes I say son.
Now I say my dad.
Yeah.
You call him your dad?
Yeah, I see him to be my father because the kind of things he's doing for me, care and all that. He's a top man, like really top.
A top man.
Yeah.
They may look like an unlikely family, but Adams said that he learned early on as a boy about the enduring power of kindness coming from strangers.
From where I came from in life to where I'm at now is a journey as well.
Tell me about where you came from.
I was born to very young parents.
He revealed to us details about a tumultuous childhood that he says included abuse, abandonment, and poverty.
We're not going to make it by ourselves in this world, you know, especially at that young of an age. There was a restaurant beside us, and when they were closing, dumping the stuff out, I went over there and I was like, I'll take them potato logs. The people at the restaurant found out that we were there by ourselves. You know, nobody called the authorities. We had a neighbor, an older lady that was our neighbor. She'd kind of check in on us. So I learned how to survive there.
Hey.
He wound up in foster care for a brief period, and then was raised by his grandmother and his grandfather, who was a U.S. Air Force veteran. And he says his grandfather instilled in him a profound love of country. And he says that's what led him to serve his country himself.
You've experienced abandonment, abuse, poverty, food deprivation.
Yes, I have. Yep. But I had the opportunity to pull myself out of it in the United States of America, though.
And you said you've always been a caretaker.
Yes.
Because you had to take care of yourself.
take care of
for
myself.
so long.
Yeah, yeah, and then my younger siblings as well.
So that's where this goodness comes from. It comes from pain.
Comes from pain. That's right.
Comes from
it did come
pain.
from pain. Yeah, yeah, absolutely right.
You've been searching all your life because you've been looking for consistency. You've been looking for stability.
Stability.
You have been looking for stability.
Absolutely. Yep. I think about when I was younger, the different random people that helped me. Everything from neighbors to people I met on my bicycle,
Yeah.
to the janitors at my high school,
Yeah.
to the lunchroom lady giving me some extra food to bring home with me.
Because you had to rely on everybody.
Yeah, yeah, I did. And I wanted to be reliable to them too.
Oh, he is reliable and ready to answer a call, no matter who's calling or where it's coming from.
You never know who you're going to be able to help out there. If you're just open to it, we are our brother's keepers. It's our responsibility to make sure, you know, our neighbors taken care of, our children, our family. And if we all do that for each other, then we're going to be fine. I think what the world is missing is love.
Oh my gosh, David, I'm thinking I need to come lay on your couch because
That's right.
I love the exchange that you had between you and Stephen. And there was also something, I'm very touched by Stephen, just when he said that he could hear something in his voice that he knew, that he could intuitively pick up on that. I like what the brother said. Stephen is indeed a top man, don't you think?
Top man,
He's a
yeah.
top man.
Yeah, David, that was an
David?
incredible interview. It was almost like he was discovering along with you
Yes.
what was really behind this incredible act and how he's led his life.
You know, Tony, it was a privilege to sit there and listen to his story because I always like to say that we as humans connect through weaknesses, right? I can't relate to talking to a scammer and saying, hey, call me back, but I can relate to pain. And suddenly that story became relatable to the audience and even my team in the room watching. I'd love to tell you what the boys want to do, by the way. So Prince, who's still living in Ghana, wants to come to Louisiana, study criminal justice, and actually work as a police officer in the area where Stephen Adams and his family live. Isaac, the brother who spent Christmas with the Adams family, he's still at Howard. He's having a little trouble paying the meal plan, so he may have to dump out of Howard, and he's planning to potentially move to Louisiana and enroll in college here.
David, what I love about your pieces, like Gayle said, they turn into therapy sessions. And one thing I took away from that is your prior pain, if channeled properly, can turn into something special, a gift for someone else.
The if is the big question, David. You talk to people in this situation all the time, and some people turn it into love and other people don't for some reason. What do you think that reason is? What's the difference maker?
I think if you're able to and you're willing to, you start to feel the benefit of what is that gift. Because to give invariably is to get the joy that comes from it. And I think that's what Stephen felt. And to pay it forward and to see it, I hope for all of you who watched, touched you.
Oh, it touched me very deeply. I mean, just the fact that he asked a scammer to call him back. Who does that, number one? Number two, I want to go back to the brother for just a second. Is he possibly dropping out just because he can't pay the meal plan, or is there something more to it than that?
The meal plan payment is a real struggle right now, so he's trying to work through that.
I think people will help
maybe
him
the
with the meal
CBS
plan.
family can help him out with that. David, you are a gift to us. Thank you so much.
Too.